Yo ho ho, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Look, there's something new. I don't know what it is. What could it be? Ooh, frostbite paint for the flamethrower. Look, everybody, there's stuff. There's stuff. What could it be? Uh-oh, what could it be? Hey, look, there's a ribbon top hat. Look, with the things on it. Festive. It's a festive hat, people. It's a festive hat. And hail, David and Corey, Deb or Ah, oh yeah, Joseph and Donovan. Festive hat. That was a Fallout First thing. That's it, huh? Fallout First members get a festive hat. Because why not? You know? Why the heck not? Yep. Okay. Oh, yes. Welcome. Oh, yeah. I had a nice nap. I went to the other place. I went to the next place. For a while. It was splendid there. Things happened. And now I'm back. In this reality. The land of the walkers. Oh, yeah. Of the sun. The land of life. And waking. Here we are. Born to be kings. Yes. Hey there, Douglas. We are the princes of the universe. I opened a bunch of these presents yesterday. Yes. Alright, let's go. Yo ho, yo ho. Join a team right now. Oh, yes. I flam. And sometimes I say, hey. Let's go. Oh, yes. That's right. I'm about to rock the Casbar. We have a lot to do, sort of. All of the daily challenges. Yes. All of the daily challenges and whatnot. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Zagnut. Ash, if your game says that the servers will be done for maintenance in 20 minutes, that could be just your local server. Could be just that server that you're on. How could it be? Alright. I gotta do some terrible maintenance really quick. I'm horribly over encumbered. So, I'll address that right now. Let's go down to a vendor. Take care of things. Oh, yes. Yeah. Sort by value. Sure.
Ammunition and other supplies.
I'll get rid of all these grenades.
Here.
And as a Christmas present, I'll get rid of all my legendaries here. You know. Christmas
Be
present.
sure to stock up while you can.
There's no need to purchase the gift wrap this year. There's too many presents going around for free. To spend my money. I have an excessive amount of money. Gotta spend some, you know.
Up now while supplies
And get rid of the rest.
are available.
Let's sort by spoilage. There's meat. All the meat. All these non-perishables.
Requisitions now available.
Okay. Sort by weight. I'll get rid of these normal plans. Normal plan.
Now trading for supplies and munition and gear.
I got a lot of the new cool stuff. I opened up a bunch of Christmas presents last session. Got a ton of stuff.
Welcome,
1 ton.
citizen.
One
I am
exact
authorized
ton.
to trade supplies.
Let's get rid of all this nonsense. Cannonballs. How dare they give me cannonballs? What in the world's happening? Alright. Terrible. Them darn cannonballs got me down.
Don't face the wasteland without the proper supply.
Lots of cool stuff. Sort by nothing.
Resupply here, citizen.
There we go. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Get rid of everything. And there we go. Alright. We're still going out there, doing our thing right now. A lot of purified water. I still want to go carnivore again. If that's possible. Alright, we're good to go. Good morning, or whatever. Good Merry Christmas to all. And to all a Merry Christmas. Alright, here we go. Let's go check out these daily challenges. Build stuff in a shelter. Buy items from another player. Sure. Or sell. Daily op. Event. Cryptid. Level up. Sure. The hardest part, of course, will be visiting another player's shelter. Because nobody has shelters. Crazy. Anyways, let's go get these bad boys online. We know the order. I'm just following the standard order. Standardprotocolorder.org. Oh yeah. I'm not wearing a Christmas hat. What are you talking about? You call this a Christmas hat? You're out of your mind. Hurry up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yo har har. Whoa, I got the lady. I got what I wanted. I got the Hag Raven. The NPC. That's a Frass McGrath ass. I got her. I got another slave. A new slave. I got a new slave for my camp. It's true. Yep, you stick them in the basement and you put them in little cages. Hose them down. They're grateful for the hosing because that's where they get their water from. I make them lick the floor for their water. You thirsty? Yeah. Are you thirsty? I will help you. Alright. I can't wait to get these perk packs. I think next level I get 2 perk packs. Can you imagine being able to actually upgrade one of my legendary perks?
Face me, you coward!
Richard, I have not heard of the game Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo. Maybe a stealth game? Okay, I'm going across the map right now. Focusing on getting these workshops online. That's my goal. I'll be done after I get every workshop online and do at least 2 rotations, plus the daily op and a couple other things. Oh, it's Bethesda's new game? Oh, well, that's interesting. It could be garbage. Because if you look at... Here's the Bethesda launcher, okay? They got Dishonored. They have... You know, they have Deathloop. Available May 20th. You know, there's a couple games that are iffy. Very suspect. Just because it's made by them and some tangent company that's associated with them. You heard about their new game, the Call of Cthulhu? Get the heck out of here. Hail, Melissa, and Merry Christmas to you and yours. May all your troubles be miles away. doing is I'm knocking out the daily challenges for the day, along with the treasure farming or the present farming. Oh, I see you. And I have to get more tarberry juice. Oh boy. Did you have a good day there, Melissa? I don't know what the time is. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, so in... I guess I could talk about it now. I find it easier to talk about things in this game than in Cyberpunk. In Cyberpunk, it's a different mentality. I don't know. It's more like a simulation. You know what I mean? It's different. I think because I'm already high level here, and I don't have to do as much lower level thinking, higher level thinking. It's just processes. I can demonstrate and talk about things, but over there I'm still learning, I'm still attempting, and I'm still really struggling. And I'm really focusing. And it's really stealthy, so I'm trying to be careful. Here it's sort of constant action. Fallout has constant action if you think about it. Compared to other games. You know, if you're playing Ark, are there really dinosaurs everywhere to fight? Are they everywhere? Or are they just over there? On the beach? Or in the swamp? Down the hill? I guess they are, but it's like onesies and twosies. A game like Diablo has nothing but enemies. Diablo. But anyways. It's Boxing Day for you? Boxing Day. Boxing Day. Do I think Cyberpunk will hold up as a long game with DLCs? I think there will be DLCs to Cyberpunk, but I also think that potential... So here's an idea. Here's an idea, okay? What they could totally do if they wanted to, I don't know if they could, you could either have DLCs come in the form of, here's more story content for your character V to deal with. Or whatever. You play as V, and here's more stuff to do.
I repeat, Alpha's location is unknown.
1 second.
We need to find and kill that Alpha.
It's Hag Raven's talking.
Take out the smaller pack and fly out that Alpha. Just make sure you bring a lot of bullets. That big Alpha is a heap of trouble.
Yeah. So, they could either say, hey, guess what? Now with the new DLC, you level up to level 60 instead of 50, and you can earn up to 60 street cred, and now we've opened up the surrounding territories around Night City, and the Night City Underground. Ooh. And there's these new gangs that have come up. You better get them, V. Or, probably to be honest, they'll say now you can play as R. You can play as V and R.
Hey,
V and R.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There's a player out there. Hey-o. Hail! Hail! Hey, thank you, Melissa. You have to play as Q. So they could give you another character to play as? Who the heck is this person over here? I saw movement. Oh no! Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. QRS and T. A couple U's up in there. You know? And they could say, you are now a new character. But I think, I don't know, man. I think V's story is over. Sort of. I just don't see it. It's not really over, and it really does hint at an expansion. The ending, it really hints at an expansion. But I don't know. I'm sure he could find a way to not die. Or something. Let's hurry up. I have to kill these remaining bad guys here. Richard, are you talking about expansions for Fallout 76? Or for, you know, whatever? What are you talking about? Are you talking about map expansions for Fallout 76? Oh, then I don't know. I think before they expand the map out in any other... Oh, I knew it!
Oh yeah, baby, I got that on the clip, baby. Oh yeah, thank you, Gooboberti.
No problem.
Since love, your boy saw good from the hood, baby. Oh yeah, baby.
Darn stream snappers getting me down. Who's that guy? Well, this server's dead. If there's stream snappers hanging out, let's leave this world. I don't play with stream snappers. Yeah. You gotta be careful about that sort of thing. That's what I was looking for. See, it's not fair if the person's watching what you're doing, because it's not realistic. Events don't play out the same way if they're not watching what you're doing. Events wouldn't have played out in that manner. You know what I mean? You don't end up showing up at the same spot as somebody else. It's sort of a mystery where the person's going to be going when you start hopping around. And that's a big part of it. There we go. There we are. Yo. Normally, whenever I take over workshops, I like to go in with more health, just in case. Just in case. Because, oh my gosh. Because a normal person shouldn't be able to kill me. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to kill me with normal shots because my defense is way too high and I have the emergency protocols on. So, if a person does kill me, it's really suspect. It's really suspect. And it's just sad that Fallout is broken and that there's a lot of cheaters to the point where I can't trust it. I can't trust it. See, if that person never got in the mic, I would have thought it was a normal situation. But since they got in the mic, I knew it was stream sniping. You know what I mean? Which makes it not really count in my book. It doesn't count in my book. You know what I mean? It does not count. Imagine it's a game of like cat and mouse where you're hunting in the woods and you have camouflage on, you're hiding in trees and everything. And it's all about who collects the acorns first. Collect as many acorns as possible, but watch out for other people. They're going to try to kill you when you're getting acorns. But if a person knows exactly where you are, they just got to wait in the tree and then shoot you in the back of the head. Part of the game is to make sure you cover your tracks, make sure there's nobody around, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, bing, bam. You hate that the new minimum level is 50? You're fine. You're fine. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It levels up good thing. At what point does it cross over to 50? Good thing I didn't waste that much time, huh? I only took over a couple workshops. I have no AP foods. So I do have to go get some Tarberry juice right after this. Yeah. Oh yeah. The way I picture it actually flowing in this world, the way that it should, oh yes, the way that it should operate in this game is, hello Sandra, and good day, Merry Christmas. The way that it should operate is, I'm there, a person starts shooting me, my life starts going down, but it should take a bunch of shots, and that should give me enough scrambling reaction time to either run away or to jokingly run on over and try to punch them. And I should get really close to punching them, and they should have to start scrambling backwards as they're shooting me. That's the way it should work if everything's all balanced, because I should be vaguely indestructible, and it should be kind of hard to kill a person in T65 armor with emergency protocols. If I could take 85 punches to the face from Yagwai without my life moving, then same thing should apply to a player. Unless they are deliberately stacking everything for that particular battle, which only really applies in certain circumstances, because you can't really stack that much with range damage. Can't do too much.
Hey, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything. Okay. Somebody built a big old pile of garbage here, and I'll take it over. Somebody built all this garbage here, and I'll do what I have to do. go. I'm normally prepared for that sort of thing, you know, with other players. It's just that workshop took a second to clear. That's part of why I'm only building that one structure, just in case. You like my hat? Yeah. I need some food in my life. Eat these apples. Let's go through the back first. Yeah. AP issue is a problem. It's AP problems an issue. Alright. Yeah. Am I running junkie? No. I'm not running junkie. Why would you think that? Because I have an addiction or something? Junkies for chumps. Junkies is for full health builds. I'm not even using a weapon. You blind chump. Are you a blind chump? You see me using a weapon? I'm punching things. I just happen to have an addiction. High rads equals junkies nowadays? Is that how that works? That's not how that works, Richard. Really high rad level just does not equal junkies. Junkies gives you 10% more damage per addiction that you have, up to 60% with 6 addictions. Right? Whereas bloodied gives you more damage based upon how much life you have. I think you're thinking bloodied. Bloodied equals that. Bloodied just gives you more life with less, more damage with less life. And high radiation just keeps your life low, so you don't like heal, because you have like heal over time and everything, and it stops your life from going higher. That's the main reason why you have high radiation. Plus there's a perk called Radicool that provides up to 5 strength depending on your radiation level. I am not using a weapon, but I am using the adrenal reaction mutation, which provides more damage based upon how low my life is. And I'm using the Nerd Rage perk, which provides a little bit more damage and more defense and more AP regen when I'm right about there. So when I'm right about here, I have really high defense and really high damage. Or I'm doing it just to raise my unarmed damage. There's not many ways to raise your unarmed damage. I have that plus a couple other things going on. That's why I said I was going to convert over from herbivore to carnivore. But I'm not really running bloodied, like I said. It's more of a bloodied thing, and bloodied just is a weapon description. You know what I mean? Like for example, when I'm not in power armored, I'm using a bloodied mole mining gauntlet, and I'm using full unyielding armor, which provides up to 15 extra strength, depending on how much life I have. When I'm in power armor, I'm not using a weapon, and my inner armor, my unyielding, doesn't affect me. So I'm just dealing with punching things. To make this happen, it's just the Nerd Rage perk, like I mentioned, and then Adrenaline, which provides more damage, up to 60% with 10% more damage per kill. And then there's Tenderizer and Suppressor, Bloody Mess, you know, got Iron Fist, Pain Train, and then the Exploding Palm, Hack and Slash, collateral damage. And then over here, the the Adrenal Reaction Mutation, which provides more weapon damage at low HP. Which is like a free bloodied effect. It's like a free bloodied effect. And then of course, you got Scaly Skin and Grounded for more defense. Talons and Twisted Muscles for more unarmed melee damage. Marsupial and Bird Bones and Speed Demon to run faster, jump higher, and float down slower. And a couple other things. Pretty sure Adrenaline's been fixed. I'm pretty sure it's been fixed for a while. I noticed a difference whenever I would use it for my tomahawks and everything, because I would see the damage going up. There's only certain ways to raise the damage of certain weapon types, like throwing weapons. You can't, you know, and punching. I sort of rely on it. So I'm punching that guy without a weapon, right? And I killed him in basically one hit. Whereas it might take another person a bunch of hits with a strong weapon and some build, and you're shooting him, and whatever. That's just how certain weapons are. Like a handmade wouldn't one-shot these guys unless you shot them in the head. They'll take a couple shots, or a few shots. Pow, 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 pow. Pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Check the map. No, I didn't get any gifts from Christmas. No gifts. Well, Sandra sent me some snacks. That's about it. I got some snacks from Sandra. Yep. Yes, sir. Let's hurry up. I would be doing way more damage if I was a carnivore. I just don't want to be a carnivore, and then people say, "Oh, that's why." You know what I mean? The second I'm a carnivore, people will say, "Oh, that's why you're doing so much damage." Gotcha. But I want to remove that factor and make it be something else. Are we good? And we're in. Check the map. Good to go. Oh boy. Yeah, Richard, if you have any questions, you said that your build's a mess and that you're going through more resources than what you're earning. Well, maybe you should farm more. There are certain spots that are dense with resources. I have to make sure to, because I surely spend a lot of resources whenever I take over workshops. Sort of. But that's part of it. I'm not really collecting anything right now, but you know. Semi-auto. You're going through a lot of bullets. Oh, I think if you kill less ghouls and more mutants and more people. Ghouls don't give you any steel back, but the mutants give you a ton of steel back. Probably more than what you're spending. And then if you're trying to make the gunpowder, you need some acid and some cloth, but mutants give you gunpowder as well, you know? So it could be self-sustaining in that regard. And you have that legendary ammo perk, but that might be considered a waste. Like, it might be considered a major luxury to have that perk when you could have some other perk. But that perk is really for trading massive amounts of ammo all at once. For long term. Another way to save ammo is to use more than one weapon. If you use more than one weapon type, and the weapon types have different ammo systems, and you end up saving on repairs and ammo. You know? You end up being like Batman. I'll give you through in some other weapon. I don't know. Even grenades or something, or a mine or anything. it's a melee thing at the very end. It's always helpful to have a melee solution if they get too close. Like this building here has a bunch of loot in it, you know? There's a bunch of buildings that you can pass by that have a bunch of loot. I know it's a luxury, and I don't recommend that you do it. It's a luxury that you can do once you're done with everything else, but eventually you'll be able to buy junk from the vendors. I don't recommend it at first. You should be spending your money on plans that you don't have from all the vendors. There's all kinds of plans, including the recipes for certain, for the chems and everything, mods and stuff like that, weapon systems, everything. Whether or not you want to use it. After all that, you could buy a little bit of extra junk here and there. Of course, you also have the option of using excavator power armor and mining steel ore to supplement. You can supplement by just harvesting some steel or iron ore every so often. And there's a couple resource deposits over here below Hornwright Testing Site 3 up on the ridge right here, and then a little bit further up right here, and then a little bit further up, a little bit further up. Like all throughout here there's a bunch of iron ore. And then you have the load bearing event, which might be here. Yeah, load bearing event. If you go there, there's some ore up in there. It helps to supplement. If you have your camp on an iron resources, it helps. This spot over here, the Grafton Steel Yard, is great for supplemental steel. It's not just the fact that there's 2 steel resource extractors that provide 40 steel each every time that you come back. Beyond that, there's a bunch of mutants that respawn every time that you come back. You know, by the time you do a full rotation, you come back, it's going to be a bunch of level 50 mutants that you can kill, and they have a bunch of gunpowder and steel. That's why they call it the Steel Yard. Plus, there's some loose ore here and there on the conveyor belts, if you want that sort of thing. If you're low on that, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. And you're getting destroyed. So for your armor, you know, there's certain things you can do in armor. For power armor, it does give you a big chunk, but you almost have... it's almost like your capability is lowered. Okay? I'm using it because it's really, really strong with the T65. The excavator armor doesn't give you all that much protection. Now, if you can go, you got Vanguard, right? The Vanguard armor provides more armor the higher your life. Vanguard? Is it Vanguard? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Vanguard armor provides more armor the more life you have. Alright? And the bolstering legendary armor provides more armor the less life you have. Okay. Ew. I don't trust this person as far as I can throw him. I don't trust him. Yeah. You just built the prototype XO1 armor? Yeah. So the XO1 armor has a very, very good defenses. It's the same thing as the Ultrasight armor, but it has slightly more energy than ballistic. Now, if you're not in power armor, you can have plenty of survivability, but you need a couple things. There's a bunch of defensive perks, and you should be fine for survivability. You should be sort of fine. Part of the survivability is not getting shot. So if you're doing a one-handed melee build, you have to be able, like, you can't just run up to the enemies and attack them. You can't. you might die. You have to use line of sight breaks. Like for this guy right here, you know, you have to like get him. See, there's a guy right there. There's turrets over here. Look, there's guys all around, and if I just ran over here, la 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 la, I'll start getting shot. You know, you have to be careful. And a bunch of melee is speed, so you have to have high agility, or at least high AP regen to be a melee person. Yeah. So if you're not in power armor, you have yourself your backpack, you know, and you have your armor, and then your armor itself, like your normal armor, is way better. It's sort of way better to not be in power armor. Okay. That's why I'm in power armor, just to show that it's possible to have a decent build while being in power armor, the thing I talk bad about all the time. But there's a bunch of perks. I can't show them to you because I don't have... Actually, I could show them to you. Here, I'll show you. Over here under strength, if you're not in power armor, you have Barbarian, where every point of strength adds up to a certain amount of damage resistance, right? And then you have, of course, you have Blocker, which I'm using right now, up to 45% damage reduction from melee attacks. And you have, over here under, you have Refractor to gain energy resistance. Under Perception, these are just options, okay? And then under Endurance, you have a couple perks which are pretty cool. Ghoulish gives you more health. It gives you health whenever you take radiation damage. It's pretty awesome. Ironclad is very important. It goes up to 5 stars, and it gives you a bunch of defense. It stacks up with other things, so that's what you sort of need if you really want to just be unstoppable, whatever, sort of. Then Life Giver deals with that as well, so you get more max health. Okay, rad resistance, but those other things are pretty important. Over here under Charisma, meh. Okay, over here, meh. Nerd Rage keeps you from dying a little bit. Even if you're not a bloodied build, you can have this on here. It'll give you a little bit more damage resistance right before you die. But over here under Agility, a couple pretty important things like Evasive. See, it says no power armor. You get damage resistance based upon your agility. And it stacks with the other stuff. And then you have Moving Target, where you gain damage resistance while sprinting. Pretty good there. And of course you have Extra Sneak, and you have Escape Artist, which turns you invisible every time that you crouch. So even with Escape Artist all by itself, if you have that on, you could run up to the enemy, crouch, turn invisible, and hit them, and get yourself a close range, of course, stealth attack, even though you ran up to the enemy. And over here under Luck, a couple important things, of course. Bloody Mess helps you kill them faster, but Serendipity keeps you from dying. If you're about to die, you have a chance to avoid complete death. Ricochet is really good because it deflects some damage. Over here there is a perk that will give you more defense called Junk Shield, where you get up to, I think, 40 or something damage resistance while you're carrying a bunch of junk. And that plus the Vanguard armor. Then there's the Sentinel attribute on armor that gives you more defense while you're stationary. There's another attribute that gives you more defense while you're moving. It's called Cavalier, but it's just not listed that way. So you have damage resistance while moving, damage resistance while stationary, plus damage resistance while full health, or damage resistance while very low health. And then you have action point regeneration on your armor, all kinds of stuff that'll help you survive in the wasteland. Over here in this world, for survivability, of course you have the Ammo Factory perk, which is very nice. If you are in power armor, the Electric Absorption perk actually heals you when you take energy damage. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to. But it fills up your fusion cores and it heals you. It's interesting. Energy damage. The Funky Duds and the Sizzling Style I sort of wasted, you know, but you get all kinds of fire resistance and all kinds of poison resistance with those two, but I don't really recommend them. Damage resistance with the wet rads, and then of course you could raise up your legendary perks like that. Alright, back to the thing. Alright, there's one more. For me, yeah, it's just the really high survivability. So right now I'm just using armor, and the fact that my chest mod has the emergency protocol mod on. I'm just guessing that the XO1 prototype armor... Oh no. Run. 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 Oh. I'm just guessing. You know? Let's move on. Yeah, Funky Duds gives you poison resistance, so it's really good against, you know, milder queens and kings. But I'll show you right here. I'll show you. Let's go fight some mutants really quick, and I'll show you. There's certain things I have to do to make sure I don't die. Part of it is just not standing there forever, and it's about killing, isolating, killing and isolating. If there's a bunch of enemies in this pit, if you've got a pit full of bad guys, a couple are on the walls here and there, you don't want to just run into the pit. You might die. So you want to like clip the guys off the... You'll see, watch. So I use a berry mentat to find what... Well, I'm not using it now, and they're all dead. Great. They're all dead. Here, I'll show you over here. I'll show you over here. I'll show you over here in the abandoned bog town. It's just a massive amount of damage resistance. And then the fact that once my life gets low, it's really hard to kill me. Without that, I would probably die more often. Without the emergency protocol torso mod. It's a sacrifice, you know, you could have a jetpack, or you could just not die as much. So here's some nice fog crawlers. So I am blocking. Blocking is a big factor. And you have to kind of move. But see, I can take a lot of damage. Now, these guys have poison, so I have to be careful. I like my life to get a bit lower, so I'm going to let them hurt me a bit. Until my life gets a little bit lower. Okay, I'm blocking all the time. I'm so encumbered, it's terrible. And I need some tarberry juice, it's a big deal. I just want to show you that I'm not using like Life Giver, and like I said, all those other weird perks that stack up, they aren't stacking. The goal is to be able to get your defense when you're not in power armor to be comparable with power armor, because the second it's in the ballpark comparable with power armor, you're stronger than in power armor because you have other effects. But here I have 619, 659, and 470 for the defenses. That's pretty darn high. And then it gets even higher whenever I'm about to die because the Nerd Rage... Now, Serendipity does not work in power armor. Serendipity doesn't work in power armor. But it does when you're not in power armor. So, one of them patches. There we go. Part of it is just killing them quickly and then moving from target to target, even though I have very high survivability. You just have to get them. And you have to kind of dodge. Even though it doesn't matter as much. I'm out of AP, so it's going to be kind of rough. Good night, Sandra. If I'm not in power armor, it's a much dicier situation. Much dicier. I do more damage, but it's a lot more dangerous. Here, it's a lot more casual, kind of relaxing, because I know that they can't really hurt me. I'm also making them stagger. I know that if I punch them, they're not shooting me for a couple seconds. It's sort of about that. You have to get up in there and get them before they get me. And for these dudes, whenever they whip out their minigun, I have to shoot at. I have to get them. Usually, if I'm punching a bunch of mutants and there's one that shoots me the whole time, that's the one that kills me, because the whole time he's just chipping away at my health. Oh, Brayden, jury duty was pushed out until July 21st, 2021. Isn't that awesome? That was a big concern of mine. Having to go into reality. Having to go into reality with my perspective thought. People out there walking around, breathing. Crazy. I mean, they're gonna cancel Christmas, but make you still do jury duty? How does that make sense? The good thing they canceled it, though. See, if I'm not in power armor, all I gotta do is just swap out, let's say, Ricochet for Serendipity. And now, just a much dicier situation. With Escape Artist, you turn invisible for a second. Like that. It's on a cooldown though, but it's very, very, very helpful. And you have to move around a lot. And have to be very careful. I can't play as hardcore bloodied. Uh-oh. There's a bad guy somewhere. I can't play as hardcore of a bloodied experience when I'm not in power armor. But when I'm in power armor, I can keep it down to a fraction and know I'm not going to die. Or it's going to be kind of hard to kill me. I'll mainly only die through like a poison or something like that. Alright. Oh boy. Getting some free loot here. Also, if you're watching, Richard, you have If you're using a commando build, whatever, that means you're using a automatic rifle, right? Well, you also have the Tormentor perk under luck that cripples. And I think once you cripple them, or if they end up getting crippled, you'll be using less bullets. Maybe. If you shoot the bad guy in their chest and arms, they'll be less effective at shooting you. If they have melee, they'll get all messed up. If they have ranged, I think they start missing quite a bit. If you hit them in the head, I think they lose all ability to shoot you correctly, and they start shooting wildly. If you shoot them in the legs, they can't walk anymore, and they'll be shooting you, but slower on one knee, and they won't be able to respond to different directions. All those things. I'm just saying that the Tormentor perk is nice for crippling, especially if you have an automatic weapon, because you're hitting them more often. You know, if you're hitting them more often, then that's effective. Also, an explosive version helps. If you're trying to stack damage, having an explosive version of whatever you're using kind of helps, even though it's annoying. It's all loud and stuff. It's just a little bit more damage. Demolition expert. The heck out of here. Alright. So let's just run down the road here. You know what? Right now I need to get my tarberry juice before anything else happens. With the flim and the flooba-doo-doo. Ooh-ooh. With the flim and the flam and the flooba-doo-doo. Let's go. See, I like to run around in my power armor. See, power armor is good because there's these mods on the armor that makes it pretty effective. Especially for unarmed. You get this free damage. It's like having a free, vaguely weak fist weapon. It's like having a free death tambo or something. That doesn't break. Alright, let's get that juice. Let's check for another player's shelter as well. Like nobody wants to have a shelter. Oh man. Yes, tarberry juice is for AP. Weren't you the one that brought it up to me a long time ago when you asked me about tarberries? And I was doing something else. I think you asked where tarberries are, and then that made me look for them, and then I found them all. I'm pretty sure you were the catalyst for me starting to use tarberries. But I'll show you exactly what it does. I think it's 120 AP over time. It's pretty good. I use it like a mega version of Razor Green Flower. It's like I use it in the same role, where if you spam it, if you use 2 quickly, then you get twice as much immediate AP regen. I think essentially it provides twice as much AP regen as Razor Green Flower within the same amount of time, so you don't have to spam it as much. Yeah. So I like this chain here. You see me getting a lot of that. This chain down here at the bottom right below the vendor, and it goes all the way up to the train station. And then once I'm done with this, I curve back around the side of Watoga. These and the candy together. And I realize it's easier to do this than farm my razor grain flour. Okay, now I'm running back. Up and around this way. It helps to have AP to go farm AP. Up and around. Right past this log jam, there's a bunch more. I don't want your garbage, leave me alone. Do I go for the flatwood tarberry? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. There's like 6 or 8 more over there. Sometimes I do. You see, there's some right here. But these were all like in the same spot, and my camp is right there for that reason. And then there's a few more past the... there's a few more spots for them. But I realize I don't need that much, and they rot. You know, if I do this circuit here, it's usually enough that'll last by the time, you know. But by the time I'm done with them, they would have rotted anyways. And if I don't do the full circuit, it gives me more locations to check. You know what I mean? If I'm on a server for a while and I end up going through all of my tarberry juice, I've left some places for me to farm. And the other spots are, like you mentioned, Flatwoods, right below at the Ag Center. But right over here behind the abandoned bog town, there's a bunch of spots like up and around and right down here. And then there's more spots past the bootlegger shack. Kind of up here. Sorry, up. Right before the bootlegger shack, like right here. And then there's like a couple more going down that way. And there's a couple more going up this way. Up and around, and there's one right over here east of the General Steakhouse. So I have other options just in case I run out early, but doing this route right here is good enough and will last a while, especially if I end up hitting up the Monster Mash. This route has a lot. I marked these on that map I have there. Honey is also good, but honey is sort of out of the way, and it requires a bunch of fast traveling. Honey doesn't rot, so over time, getting honey is pretty good. Same thing as the sugar. If you get a bunch of sugar every time that you're over there by the Gorge Junkyard, you end up with a bunch of it over time. I think we're about done. Yeah, there's like one more. I want to bring out this chef. I would love to see how much money Bethesda's making from the atomic shop. I think it's really cool. I think it's good for the planet. Don't you? We've lived through a couple decades, or a few decades, a handful of decades of just blind consumerism. There's nothing wrong with consumerism. I'm not anti-capitalist here. I just think it's ridiculous sometimes. You buy something that is entirely temporary just to remember something, and it's not real. You buy like a toy or a poster or like some
Hey, oh my gosh.
weird
thank you
plastic
so
plate thing or a plastic
Thank
thing.
you.
Hey, thank you, Luke. And thank you. Merry Christmas. Anyway, just think about. Let's look inside the atomic shop and let's just think about it for a second. For example, this snow globe is what I'm talking about. That snow globe, it's all imaginary. If you were to buy that in reality, you buy this thing, it's not a real small person inside of a thing, it's not really snowing, it's all fake. When you buy it from the store, it's also fake. You understand what I'm saying? When you buy it from the store, it's also fake. If you were to buy this rotating color wheel lamp, and the whole purpose of that lamp is to cast light in that direction of red, orange, or yellow variety, it's not really the sunset. You know what I mean? You're trying to make it seem like it's fake. But to make that requires all kinds of resources, materials, and then you're not going to use it tomorrow. That sock is used just for Christmas time. And you put it away. You know? Things are entirely temporary, and we just make it permanent. You have a permanent thing for temporary solutions. Why do you own more than one pair of shirts besides the cleanliness factor? You know? Everything. Most things. Like the clothes I'm wearing, sort of. Besides the warm things. It's a temporary decorative thing. But here in the future, it doesn't cost anything in reality. It costs brain power of a person to actually design that. To design this carpet. So for example, if you were to say, you know what, I'm tired of this flooring, let's get new carpet. That costs thousands of dollars, perhaps, and you have to have the carpet factory produce carpet. What do you think it takes to make carpet? It's a horrible process to make carpet. It's like little oil strands, it's carpet, you trim it, a bunch of dyes and all kinds of weird stuff, and then it fades, creates a bunch of dust, you know? You walk on it. But here is perfect carpet that lasts forever, that costs nothing. Think about it. If aliens went to a house and they saw the carpet, they'd say, what is this marvel of technology? If someone from the past, if Plato went into a house and saw your carpet looking like that, they'd say, what, are you guys from Asgard? What is this technology that you have to make this? What is this? What is this? What is it? Well, how did you make this floor? Oh, the floor? Oh, it's petrochemicals and factories across the planet. But here, like this artificial tree. If you were to have this artificial tree in your house, made of all kinds of weird materials, you know, you can't have an infinite number of these because you don't have an infinite amount of that material. The plastic and the metal and the weird lights and stuff and the wiring, it's going to break eventually. It's not going to be centered, but here, it's perfect forever, and it costs nothing to make, and it doesn't hurt anything. If anything, it's just a blip of heat on some server somewhere. It's some points of data, it's energy, I guess, and brain power, and time. But it's nothing in reality. It's not the third dimension anymore. It's some other fairy tale. I'm looking at one spot, and the lights are changing. Look, I'm looking at one spot in reality. Boop, beep, bop, boop, beep, boop, bop. If you were to recreate this in the third dimension, I would have to sit in a chair in a warehouse. You'd have to truck in this big old power armor and park it in front of me on a forklift and then move it. Next, please. And you sit there and they pull in this. You know? Or they pull in. You know. Let's go check out that backpack. Pull it out here. And you have to walk to the back. So if you're in a shoe store, for example, and they say, hi, do you have a size 10? And they say, 1 second, please. They walk to the back of the building, down some row, and they pull out some, we don't have that, but we have these. And you look at the shoe, you take off the lid, you look at the shoe, you put it back in the box with the wrapping thing, and you put the lid on, you put it over here physically. The third dimension sucks, and it's full of waste, and it's terrible. It's terrible. And there's packaging. For example, if you were to order this Scabbard bundle with this power armor, in the game, you just get it. But if you were to order that on eBay, it would come in some huge crate. A huge wooden crate, reinforced with all kinds of weird packing material and all kinds of weird wrapped up a million times, and it's disassembled when you get it. And there's all kinds of extra stuff that comes with it. And then there's a wrap for the wrap, you know? It comes with, the box itself is wrapped up and everything with a big label, you peel it off, and it's terrible. It's not, I'm not talking about like save the planet, I'm just thinking about in terms of just sheer, you know, it's just wasteful. It's not very efficient in terms of efficiency. I don't care about the planet, I don't care about pollution, I don't care about, you know, anti-capitalism garbage. I'm just talking about this is better. This is more capitalistic. To say sell more things, please. Sell more stuff. And make it be, you know, less real. Sell more fake things. But make them more fake. You know, if you were to buy this chair and have it be the same thing, it would weigh a ton, be made of all kinds of crazy metal with felt and things, it will quickly start deteriorating. Quickly start turning into a big pile of garbage. Quickly. It'll be lopsided, bolts will start coming off, paint starts chipping off immediately. It's never perfect anymore. It's terrible unless you keep it perfect. It becomes a whole craft to polish it with a toothbrush. This gigantic chair in your house. It comes here in a forklift and a couple trucks. The flatbed trailer takes down a wall and move it. You have your apartment on the 21st floor and you have to pull this up on a crane, open it through your window, park it inside your house, all kinds of weird physical things. Here, whenever you make your house, whenever you design your camp, you don't have to do all kinds of crazy stuff. But here, right now, if I want to move my table from right here to over there, it requires all the work in the world. You know? If I want to move my table from here to there, it's terrible. I have to take everything off, move it across the floor, and then plug everything in. It's terrible. Third dimension sucks. And it's wasteful, and it's just so much effort, and you end up having to take shortcuts because it just takes too long to do things. Third dimension involves time and extra resources. You need more matter and more time to do anything. To do anything requires energy and time. It sucks. It takes energy to move through time, you know? But here, you're bypassing everything in this dimension. Yes, the catwalks are pretty cool. Well, I don't have them? I thought I had them. I have some other catwalk. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Any sort of catwalk concept is cool, that you can make a bridge that you can cycle around. But for example, how much do you think it will cost to order a catwalk bundle? In reality, it will come in just, oh my god, every single thing will be encased in styrofoam, this big old thing. It would require all day just prepping it. And you have to find a place to put it. Man, oh man, terrible times. I'm just saying that it's a really good idea. That people are complaining right now that why should it cost money to buy a blue t-shirt when it's not a real blue t-shirt. Oh.
Attempt to acquire a Christmas tree.
What?
Has
Allies, baby. Where's my...
All trees contained highly dangerous levels of radiation.
Yes, check it out. Yes! Yasmin, child, hurry!
On this gentle.
Yasmin! Where are you, Yasmin? Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of here.
I bet I could write a whole story about you without you.
Oh my god, she doesn't have any clothes on. Here's your stove, Yasmin. Wait a minute. Oh, my thing blew up?
Happy holidays and a floating
Yasmin.
New Year.
I'm gonna build you a house and you're gonna like it. For now, for now. I'm gonna crack that whip, Yasmin. And you are gonna cook for me.
Accessing. Naughty, nice. Parameters. Loading.
You hear me,
Complete.
Yasmin?
Ready to
Here's
make
a fridge.
list. Ready to check
Huh?
twice.
Here's a fridge.
Tried any new foods lately?
How you doing? How you doing, Yasmin? Was that your name, Yasmin?
Pleased to meet you. My name's Yasmin, and I'm a traveling chef making my way through Appalachia.
How you doing?
I bet you're wondering why I'm here. That's exactly what I wanted to
You're
talk
here to
you
get
about.
pregnant. Do you make a habit of showing up at people's homes unannounced? Beast?
Well, I look for a chance to introduce myself and start a conversation.
Start
I can
cooking.
usually tell if someone's up for a meal. I like to have a friend.
Babies
I'm
or
looking for
food?
a safe place to practice making the local recipes.
Babies or food?
Let me set up-
Impregnation.
share my notes.
The next
Also
generation.
welcome to buy copies of the recipes I've got.
Stop muttering. I already cook for myself. Buy recipes. Just share them with me. Share them with me, beast.
Well, I'll be sharing the food I make, but there is a cost to documenting. and
I will
preserving
slap
the
you
recipe.
and throw you down the stairs.
Think of it as donating a few caps to help me stay supplied. I can spend more time turning up new recipes you can't live without. I won't be in your way. I only need a little space for my food. You're welcome
Impregnation.
to use it when I'm not cooking. Imagine the aroma of a steaming pot of Appalachia chili welcoming you home from a long day of scavenging.
Stop selling yourself.
What do you say?
One woman brothel. Let's go. I'd enjoy the company and the food, if you know what I mean. Wink. Huh?
Well, I will too. I'll be able to get a lot more cooking done if I don't have to look over my shoulder at the same time.
You sound evil. Yasmin.
Please clear the way.
Yasmin, stop it.
Joy.
Pull up a chair and tell me about your latest adventure.
I've worked up an appetite. Feed me.
Didn't you just have a snack? Give it some time to settle, and I'll be happy to make something for you later.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't forget to stock up if you're heading out again.
Stock up? What are you talking about? Hey,
This
Yasmin.
unit is suffering from a severe coal shortage. What would you
Yasmin.
like in your stockings?
Did she give me something?
No.
Did she give me some...
Stockings? No.
I gave a cooking lesson to some scavengers today.
Listen up here.
Haha, of course. I love talking shop. Kitchen.
Yasmin, where's my food? I want to buy some recipes right now.
Sure thing. Let me get out my notes for you. Oh, there are some classics here. Let me know if anything catches your eye.
Well, at least she's... Hey, look, she's selling cranberry relish. I'll buy that from you, beast. Everything else? Thank you. What else you got?
Oh, I brought back some...
Listen here.
Haha, of course. Love talking shop. Kitchen.
And a loading. Happy New Year.
Do you mind if I use your cooking equipment?
If I'm not at the stove, feel free to help yourself. There's plenty to do with gathering ingredients and going over my notes.
Speak up. Alright, bye. My turn.
This unit has been
Oh.
How are you
programmed
doing?
with the task of wishing.
Are you making
all
eggs? What are you making?
who
A tortilla?
brought this
What is that,
happy
chicken?
Holiday
What is that?
initiated.
What are you cooking? Don't burn it.
Holidays.
Are you watching it? Slide. You have to move it around. You have to slide it around. Are you trying to sear it? You pan searing? You doing a reverse sear? You season before you put it in. Gordon Ramsay, help me. Flip it, beast. Thank you. Golly, gotta tell them to do everything around here.
Hey, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you. Belly tap for all.
Are not satisfied with your gift. This unit is not authorized to make exchanges.
All I want for Christmas is
Contact
a...
your closest Rocco customer service help workshop for further inquiries.
a field to
Tried
plant
any
my
new
seed.
foods lately?
Hello,
Speaking of foods,
little
what are you
one.
doing?
Have you
Stop it.
been nice this year?
Stop messing with my
Evaluating.
garbage.
No, no. Why did you do those things? Why?
Well, at least I get free cranberry relish. I don't know how often she stockpiles her FlimFlam. Be a good question. Alright. So here we are. I'm gonna make some,
Due to the
Let me use your
market
stuff there, Yasmin. I have to make a
of
whole
this
new
unit's
house.
Exterior,
Yasmin, move it.
action
Dang Yasmin. Dang Yasmin.
is unavailable at this time.
You got the name of a stripper. Okay, strawberry juice. Yeah.
This unit
Might as well make a
will
few
not
razor
be
grain flowers for
accepting
later.
requests to sit
For later.
on Santa's lap.
Yeah.
We
Oh no.
apologize for
Oh
the
no.
inconvenience.
See, I would like to become a darn carnivore again, but I like these snow machines. Look, it's snowing. It's a snowstorm. It's a snowstorm. So now I have my tarberry juice. Something, Santa Claus. Okay. Let me check these challenges one more time. Build in your shelter. Complete a single event. Do a single daily op. Let's go to my shelter. And I'll build a couple tiny things. It wants you to build walls or floors and stuff. You know. Oh God.
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh, 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 uh.
Oh yeah.
All I can say is that my life is pretty flimflammed. So we also have to do our daily op and a couple other things. Daily op and we'll do some more treasure farming casually. But I have to do more public events and so forth. Let me unlock my... I guess I do have a back entrance. My utility room isn't locked. So. Alright, so we're going to take our nap. I like to sleep in the rain. I think it's cleansing. I think it's invigorating to sleep in the warm rain. You ever slept in the warm rain before? Cheek first into the mud.
Error. Based on current number of registered naughty children, this unit is suffering
Hey, oh
from
my
a
gosh, thank you
severe
so
fuel shortage.
Thank you.
Really should stop.
Thank you. And have yourself a merry, 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 merry Christmas today. And have yourself. You know what's funny? Just now on the side, I was watching this. I was watching this just now, and right when that bomb dropped, this happened. This is sad. This is about, look, a real bombing. A real bombing happened, and I was watching this on the side, and kaboom! I was watching that on the side just now. One of those immersion breaking things. Hey, thank you, Mark. Good point. Where's she getting the ingredients from, huh?
Error. Report. This unit attempted to decorate local fauna with a Rudolph nose.
Yep.
Failure.
Lift my
case.
weights and then punch my FlimFlam.
2 heads. Cannot resolve.
Nobody else has a shelter. Nobody else has a shelter, baby. Oh no. Oh.
I don't know how brain bombs got their name, but I'm gonna make a bet.
Wait, she just said that she's making some brain bombs. Is she lying to me? She said, I don't know how brain bombs got their name, but I'm making a batch of them. You better be, beast. I'm looking at you. Now, can other people purchase items from my food vendor? That'd be kind of cool. Alright, well, I'll be right back. We're about to rock the Cas bar. Look at my form. Farm Fusion Cores. Craft legendaries with modules. Sell to NPC vendors. Daily quests. Workshop Conquest. Lucky Hole Mine. Power plants. Farm Fusion Cores. Public events. XP Run. Toxic Goo Harvest. Rebuild camp. Move camp. Repair armor. Repair weapons. Craft ammo. Lift weights. Sleep. Play music. Stock refrigerators. Stock vendors. Transfer items between characters. Bury Mentat Run. Dump caps at vendor if over 20,000. U.S. Requisition Holotape. Garahan Building Farm. Reputation Root Farm. Iron or South Ash Heap. Multiply crops at Workshop. Purified water at Workshop. Tanagra Town Crickets. Faction Dailies. Spend gold. Razorgrain Flower Farm, Scorch Beast Farm, Grafton Monster Farm, Sheep's Watch Farm, Convert Ammo at the Ammo Converter, Beef Glove Farm, Snalligaster Farm, Tarberry Farm, Flatwood Silk Beam, check keyword status, Nuke Findingo Colossus for a cursed weapon, Sugar Run, Nuka-Cola Farm, Concrete, Latent Monorail, Abandoned Bogtown Secret Floor, Farm Mole Miners for Aluminum, Top of the World Aluminum Farm, Ski Poles, Enclave Code Piece, Keycard Search, Somerville Bookhouse, Watoga High School Plastic Farm, Chem Farm, Enclave Events, Wood Farm, Dogwood Farm, Smelt Ore, Smelt Spoiled Vegetables and Fruit, Cook Fruit Close to Spoiling, Mirelurk Egg Farm, Mothman Egg Farm, Nuka-Cola Factory Farm, Sunshine Well Farm, Daily Ops. Get a high bounty by picking locks. Lure player to camp with a high bounty to force vendor transactions. Hunt down wanted players. Honey Farm. Convert perks into coins. Purchase lunchboxes with gold. Harvest flux from a legitimate nuke. Purchase gold with treasury notes. Purchase gold with caps from Smiley. Stock Nuka-Cola vending machine. Candy Bowl and Punch Bowl. Refine camp and workshop
new
blueprints.
follower. Hail.
Hail, hail, and hail.
Good job. Oh, I made the bell ring.
This unit
All right.
has been programmed with the
So we're continuing on.
Happy holiday. Initiating. Happy holidays.
All right. So we have to see what the daily op is right now. Burning Mind Mutants slowing. Oh no! That one is not fun. It's sort of terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible for melee, and it's terrible for people with like a minigun. It's good if you have a hard-hitting thing that shoots a bit slower. There you go. I was waiting for that darn my turret to kick in. Not bad. But I could always try. I could always try, you know. But I think I'll try after I take over a few more workshops. Let's take over the rest of the workshops and then we'll try. Provide more time for people to mess around. I might make a new team, call it Daily Op, and see what happens. It's okay if I, you know, do a bunch of line of sight breaks and try to kill them off, but we'll see. The main boss might be really rough. I've had it where I'm punching so darn slow at that final boss. Merry Christmas, Connie. And have yourself a merry, merry, very little Christmas today. I'm wearing a festive hat. What are you shooting me for? Watch your language. Watch your language. stop it. I don't care who you think you are. You know, if you think back about just how much the world was changed with Wastelanders, it's quite significant. They do quite a bit. That was a huge update. You know, the fact that there's NPCs. Whoa, look, they're walking around. They're everywhere. Oh, you got done making Christmas dinner? Did you have suckling pig and roast duck with head still on? I like to have a roast swan with like the neck all curled up. And like the feet and the legs all bent up in there. Sucking pig, yes, good. With a little cherry tomato in its mouth. A baby pig. Roast. With a little cherry tomato. Eyes wide open. With luscious eyelashes. And a little smile. Baked mac and cheese. Oh, that sounds delightful. Was there a crust on top? Butter, broccoli, and garlic. I can taste it now. Broccoli does a good job of absorbing flavors with all the FlimFlam on top. Broccoli is a luscious plant, and it's just delicious. And broccoli stalks are great as well. They're like a weird miracle plant. They're almost cartoon-esque if you look at them. They're such a beautiful and vivid green. You know, you cut open the stalk of a broccoli, and it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. And it has a flavor to it. Oh, it has a flavor. I'm telling you, it has a flavor. Ah, homemade rolls of bread. Bread rolls. Glazed up and greased up. Along with Parmesan crust on the mac and cheese. A row of Cornish game hen on a skewer. Peter Dinklage, I am. Peter Dinklage, I am. Peter Dinklage, I am he. And I'm taking over now. Maybe. Oh yes, the Hawaiian rolls, they are pretty good. The bread is sweeter than your typical. Yes. Yeah. Rolls of bread baked in the earth where it's still warm by the planet's core. Speaking of Hawaii, I heard that they had a recent eruption Mount Kilauea. They had an eruption last year, I think it was. Was it last year? Or the year before that? Or was it this year? I'm not too sure. But they had that epic eruption on their eastern side of the island, causing evacuation, home destruction, a wall of lava creeping along. Looks like we cannot live here. We can't live here. Let's move on. Roasted asparagus. Let's find out. Kilauea. Volcanic eruption. Oh, it's still doing it. Oh my gosh, it's still going on. It's still getting worse. Oh, they're expecting. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so what happened was during the last eruption, there was concern that part of the island might slide off because there's like a line forming of lava. It was terrible, and what was happening was the volcano Kilauea was draining of lava, so the lava pool was emptying out. Well, now it's filling back up rapidly. Rapidly. I'm pretty sure everyone's okay. No one lives up there. The last eruption, if you want to call it, it was a bunch of horrible fissures that occurred in a line, and that affected people. But this one, no one lives like up in the middle. Pretty sure. Yeah, here. Was it 2018? Yeah. Hawaii. Yeah, it was a big deal. Like, people lived out here. It was a horrible situation. Yeah, it was a big deal. And, well, this happened in 2018. This whole thing collapsed. And yeah, there's this line of horrible active volcanic eruptions and lava flows for a bit. Yeah, it had this horrible river of lava that was growing in height and intensity. This was in the middle of the darn road. See, there's a road here? And it was terrible. And more of them kept popping up. Bunch of houses, you see? And it went out to the sea, look, all the houses. And the island grew a bit in that direction. And there was concern that that entire thing was going to slosh off because it's predicted to eventually slosh off into the ocean. But now, is happening again, or at least the pressure is building in the middle, right? There's also concern about geothermal activity. There's like a power station out there. Yeah. I used to live in Oahu for 3 or 4 years, depending on your perspective. Or I guess 2 to 4 years if you consider it as such. Because I deployed twice when I was there. When I was in the army. And we did training on the Big Island one time. Near the volcano. People got to go out there and see the volcano in their helicopter. Army helicopters. But I didn't get to see it. But the military base is like right there in the middle. It's right below the Mauna Kea mountain. In the middle of the island. One of the New Zealand volcanoes is being washed again. The crater lake is heating up, releasing gases. Oh boy. It's because of the conjunction. It's because of Connie's garlic butter, spinach, and eggs. The planet's getting sheared apart. That's why we're going to Mars. Don't you understand? There's like a weird sci-fi movie behind the scenes that we don't know about, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's some weird sci-fi movie happening on Earth that we're not being informed about, featuring aliens and zombies. And people like Elon Musk know about it, so they're building rockets to get the heck out of here. Right away. Like, what's the hurry? The planet's waking up. Garlic butter, spinach, and eggs. Oh, so is it, I'm just guessing, is it like a single layer wrapping of spinach, like a sheath of spinach, semi-transparent spinach, like a leafing around an egg, and the egg has the center replaced, instead of a yolk, you put a clove of garlic? Is that right? You put a whole raw clove of garlic inside of a boiled egg, wrapped in lettuce, and that whole thing is drenched in a bath of butter. It's in a butter bath. Sounds interesting. I can visualize it. It's like a bowl of liquid butter, and you have a boiled egg floating in there, but the egg is wrapped in a green membrane of spinach. And inside the egg, there's a garlic surprise.
Thunder Mountain is offline. Repeat, Thunder Mountain is offline. You need brothers
Sounds
with
good.
a background in engineering. Report to the plant for immediate repair.
Sounds good.
Generators are working again.
A single layer, semi-transparent of spinach. Oh yeah, hey Connie. You made your children watch the original Gremlins. That is a Christmas movie, isn't it? It really is a Christmas movie. Come to think of it, right? That's kind of funny. You don't usually think about that movie as a Christmas movie, but it is. Oh, fresh spinach with garlic and pepper, butter, with scrambled eggs mixed together. Is that the filling for the boiled boiled egg? The garlic clove. I like my version. You'd be forced to enjoy it while Gordon Ramsay folds his arms staring at you, nodding his head violently. Oh. It's pretty awesome. Like, Home Alone is a Christmas movie. Of course. There's a... Yeah, but yeah, Gremlins is it's up there. It's super duper Christmas. You want that market. This Christmas, a tale for the whole family. I heard that there's going to be a Mockwari show or a movie, like a prequel about Mockwari, and it's like an anime or something. Yeah. It's a cartoon or show or something, and it's about Mockwari, the species, you know, and the other supernatural entities or creatures of Chinese folklore, and they're traveling the Chinese countryside trying to have adventures with the man. It sounds delicious. Yeah, Gremlins is basically a comedy and a Christmas movie because the Gremlins are kind of funny. There's not much horror involved, and even the horror is played in a comedic fashion. It's the whole idea that Gremlins are real, and like you have like this crazy dad talking about Gremlins, you know, and Gremlins themselves are mischievous. So it's like they're like little funny demons. But they try to kill you, I guess. It sounds like we never really tried to cooperate with the Gremlins. I think they did a little bit in part 2 when they tried to experiment and create different versions of Gremlins. They felt like the native Gremlin is too insane. You can't tame it. Untamable Gremlin. Yeah, I think I think you could be friends with them. You know what I mean? I think that they're very intelligent. They look very intelligent, you know, and they're just having a really good time. They're having a really good time. They're happy to be alive, and they need a darn outlet. You don't just start running them over. You have like this whole species of creature that learns to control their base desires, otherwise they'll turn into a monster forever, or they'll unleash monsters from their bodies. They don't become Well, they do. Wait a minute. So Gizmo, which is a Makwai, the whole idea is if they eat food after midnight and if they get wet, they okay. So if they get wet in general, they have babies. Whether or not they are gremlins or Mokrois. If they eat after midnight, they turn into, or they turn into gremlins. And then gremlins beget gremlins, and Mokrois beget Mokrois. So, for example, if you get Gizmo wet, he'll just produce more Gizmos, or more furry versions. Just like in Part 2, you had a bunch of different versions, but they're all furry, but then they ate, right? Isn't that how it works? It's been a while. You know? It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I'm pretty sure if you threw Gizmo into a pool, he would have a bunch of tribbles. A bunch of fur balls would start spawning all around him, filling the pool up. Because if the same thing happens to a gremlin, well, that's what happens, and that happened. It's a freak show.
All systems nominal. Control room.
A bunch of fur balls start bouncing across the room, but they should be normal. They're not inherently evil. But it seems to be that it's different aspects of the self. And that's what it seemed to be, in Part 2 at least. So you have Gizmo, who's like a normal personality, all calm and reserved. And then when he got wet, he spawned a bunch of different versions of himself. Like the goofy version, the mean version, the whatever version. A bunch of different versions of the Gizmo guy that were spawned from Gizmo. And then when they eat, they turn into gremlins or something. And then they spawn more babies. Is there like a core Gizmo Mokroy that has some weirdly bland personality and everything else is a derivative of that? Until it gets more and more extreme?
Thunder Mountain is back online. Repeat, Thunder Mountain is online. Repair teams, you are clear to stand down. Ad Victoriam.
Yeah, maybe the Mokroy just keeps on growing up and becomes something else. Sniffing. And it's just really old, and never had a chance to grow up. Like Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is just a really slow-aging species. 50 years old and can fit in the palm of your hand. Baby Yoda is about the same size as Gizmo, I think. Say what? Let's go. Alright, let's go do this daily op right now. Step 1, I will change the team goal to daily op. On Christmas Day. So tonight I'll be playing some Cyberpunk. Oh baby. And I'm playing it differently on my second rotation around. Are you curious about Cyberpunk? Now's the time to ask me questions about Cyberpunk. When I'm in the darn thing, it's me trying to figure it out so I don't talk as much or something. Now's the time to ask about the Cyberpunk. Yeah, my first playthrough, I played it as a normal person, okay? A normal person doing normal person things. I'm a street kid. I think that is the base personality. Okay? And then you have Corpo, and then you have Nomad. Corpo, I think, is the evil playthrough, right? And Nomad is the goody 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 two-shoe. Family, togetherness, socialism thing. Corpo is extreme, capitalism, selfish, evil by any means necessary, all about you, step on people, kill people, blow stuff up, whatever happens, happens, boom, boom, boom. And then Street Kid's right in the middle, okay? My first playthrough I played on hard. This playthrough I'm playing on very hard. My first playthrough, I felt because it's Cyberpunk, you should be focusing on hacking, breaching protocol, and garbage like that, So I focused on that, and I gave myself 20 intelligence, and if you're hacking, you end up needing a bunch of stealth. So I had a bunch of stealth, and I was using silenced pistols, and I was hacking. And I was only shooting just for fun, or shooting just for practice. Okay. But, this time, so I'm not going stealth, and I'm not using pistols, and I'm not hacking. In fact, I'm not even using any of the access points. My last playthrough, I did a bunch of crafting, but I realized I didn't have the point distribution to enable max crafting, and that sucks. I didn't have level 20 tech, which is what you need to have max crafting. I had 18. There's a cutoff for how many points you can have. It's level 50, and then you can have up to 20 in any individual stat. I had level 20 intelligence, level 18 tech. This time I want to have 20 tech, and then a bunch of other stuff. So now I'm going full throttle, using a bunch of grenades, using a bunch of swords, using tech sniper rifles. Tech rifles you can charge, and they can pierce walls. I didn't see the advantage before because I was using a pistol, but sniper rifle is pretty good because you can shoot them through the wall. Versus a pistol, it's kind of weird, and you have to be fast with it. It's weird. Let's go down the red rocket. Yep. So now it's okay if my character kills people. It's okay if I do collateral damage. It's okay if I do whatever I want to do. And I don't have to go through all the dialogue because my character doesn't care about all that. Like, why would he care about all that? Do you think my character cares about your backstory? He wants the end product. Let's go. Sometimes you have to ask because you want to find out who is your supplier. Show them to me. So you have to kind of ask a question. So sometimes it's relevant, but most times it's not. So which means it's much more streamlined. In that regard. And yeah. Before, I was trying to be liked by everybody. Okay? I was trying to do a good job and be a good mercenary. But now it's not about being a good mercenary. It's about winning. Sort of thing. Because I'm a corpo person. Corpo. Right? My teammates in a daily up have to join them. I'll join him. Just hope he's not farming it. Yeah, so now, it's really cool. In Cyberpunk, whenever I engage upon the enemy, there'll be a collection of them in a group somewhere, standing around. And the goal is to throw a grenade or two, and that staggers them or kills them. Hopefully just kills them. You know? And it's okay. Usually they're standing by a car.
The first signal's calibrated. We're not done yet. Head to uplink 2. And hustle!
This guy going backwards. Serious?
Second uplink is starting to come through. Looks like it's getting a little crowded in there. Stay on that uplink.
Yeah. Yeah, so now I have to go in there with my sword, clean them up, and if you're fast enough, you could slice them, and it completely interrupts their attack. I really hate those weapons. They're so good. Garbage. Annoying. All done.
I'll take over from here. Dodge out.
Back to perk cards. It's clearly a plasma explosive weapon. It's a legacy. It's a plasma explosive minigun. Whistle in the dark. Hey, I got the whistle in the dark. The rarest thing in the world. Whistle in the dark. Can you believe it? It's the super epic weapon item for your camp item. All right.
So many pumpkins to carve. So little time.
Whistle in the dark sounds like a it fires 5. It's a combat rifle or something. It's a assault rifle. Yeah, it's just an assault rifle, right? It's an assault rifle, huh? Same damage, yeah. It's just an assault rifle that it's a nocturnal with VATS hit chance and +1 perception. And it requires legendary modules to craft for some reason. Whistle in the dark. Okay, let's go do this Enclave event here.
Greetings, members. We've once again found ourselves in need of exterminators. Proceed to the designated site and put an end to these pests. That is all.
Okay.
Signal detected. Activate additional signal sources to initiate extermination protocols.
Alright.
All array components engaged. Activating targeting protocols. Please stand by. Attention. Attention. Temperature spike detected. User support requested.
Temperature anomaly corrected. Resuming remote connection.
Yeah. Yeah, for that legacy weapon, I saw the person using a plasma minigun or whatever, and then I saw that it was exploding. But when I see the weapon, I know that it's a legacy before they start firing with it. And then they start firing with it, and then it's really obvious. You know. Yeah.
Component bypass detected. Resuming function.
Greetings, new follower. Hail, hail, hail.
Repair
and
detected. Resuming uplink protocols.
System orientation complete. Signal broadcast active. Target locked. Immediate evacuation required. Repeat. Please retreat to a safe distance immediately.
Sure. Got the jailbreak event over there. Hopefully I can participate before it's over. Alright. Nope. Nope. I guess I could do my little rotation around the map. Real quick, like.
Specified hostiles eliminated. Infestation cleared.
And then I'll hop to the next public event that pops up. Nobody else has a shelter out. Or they're not listed, I guess. Wait a minute. About time. I'm going there now. Before they disappear. Nobody has a darn shelter out, man. Yeehaw.
Oh, I thought I heard someone around here.
Where is it? Alright, I'm in. Thank you. Bam, look at that big old chunk. And I'm gone. And I'm in and out. And now I just have to level up. All these perk coins coming to me. You know what I mean? From these packs of perk, these perk packs. Packs of perk cards. I'm thinking they might be doing it on a personal, on a private server. Maybe. But there we go.
Accessing. Naughty.
Alright. Gotta kill the Grafton monster for that free oil. I know I don't have the acid resource nodes up, but it's dangerous out here. Alright. I'll do this next rotation of my workshops, and I'm sure even before I'm done with the whole rotation collecting presents, there'll be another public event I'll be hopping over to. And if there's enough people there, I might share more lunchboxes. You're right, Melissa. People might think it's a PvP territory. Or like it's a private thing, you know. I don't know. But they just don't have them up. So if you have a shelter door up, it automatically gets listed on the map or something? I don't know if that's true. Oh, they destroyed my thing.
Evaluating naughtiness levels. Evaluation complete.
Wow.
Naughtiness level.
I really want to be a carnivore. Wow. Maybe it's a verdant season? I think it might be a verdant season. I might as well coast over here for a second and kill these bad guys. Whoa. Yeah, the large one is massive. I like the fact of like the utility version is all you really need, because I like the fact that you can have all your crafting workbenches down there, and it just sucks you can't. I don't know. It'd be nice if you could have some underground greenhouse, but you can't yet, and you can't have your allies down there, so you can't like give them a house, and you can't have your vendors down there. Or any refrigerators, like cold storage. Whoa! So is it true, people have said it before, but is it true that inspirational stats, like if I share inspirational and then you share inspirational, does that equal 6 inspirational? For what, 30% extra XP? Well, shouldn't it list? It probably doesn't list though. Knowing this world, it's not gonna list. Because it doesn't even list inspirational. You know? It doesn't even list your own inspirational. One day, it will list these things. Well, I guess you could just check by killing an enemy over and over and over again and just making sure that the XP doesn't change. And then if your teammate's already sharing inspirational, you could then put your inspirational on and see if it goes any higher. And then vice versa. And then you have the third person do it. As long as you have a bunch of enemies that are all the same level and your intelligence isn't fluctuating, they should all give you the same XP. And then you just slap it on. There's a way to check. Gotta find a field of enemies of the same exact type. Like, I could check right now. But that's only if I'm in power armor, it'll be much easier to check. If I'm not in power armor, whenever my life fluctuates, I gain and lose intelligence. In power armor, I have a stable intelligence. Merry Christmas, Greg. into all a Greg night. I'm wearing a festive hat and I'm playing festive music. And I'm cracking open a cold one. Cracking open a cold one of an energy drink.
Error. Based on current number of registered.
I got a bunch of gifts earlier, like 80 small.
Is suffering from a severe cold
A
shortage.
shootin', floop, and dupe, and a floop, and dupe, and scoop, and dupe, and poop. I think this game would be so much fun whenever they implement that like faction-based benefits for taking over workshops. You know, if you control 3 or more, your entire faction gets plus whatever. That'd be great. That'd be great. That's right, you better die. Yeah, it was 80 small, 21 large, and 40 something standard. These guys just give you onesies and twosies. One small. You know, I think I'm gonna start using a rifle or whatever, and just not worry about using any perks to support it. I sort of... Man, rifles sure are weak. That was fun. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff.
Report this unit.
Yeah.
Attempted to decorate
I don't think I got anything new. Maybe I did. But I got a bunch of stuff. It might still be on me, actually.
Possessed 2 heads.
Yeah, like 3 Communist outfits, 3 Jaguar outfits, 3 pantsuits, and a bunch of plans I already put away. That's what I got from that last dose. Okay. Let's go do the Poseidon land. No, I couldn't do it last time. Let's do Berkeley Springs. I am still rotating around though. I'm sure there's some stuff I haven't picked up, but I haven't looked at the loot listing. I don't know.
Unidentified intruder detected.
I'll be leveling up soon. Yo ho ho. With a ho and a yo. And a ho oh yo. I'm trying to be quick. I mean, I love the fact that you can generate these really valuable resources that are unique only through workshop conquest and camps. And I think that's the coolest thing about this time of year. And that's why it's so weird that people aren't really doing it all that much. Huh? Kind of weird, huh? I mean, think of it this way. For the mole miner gauntlet, for the treasure hunter mole miners, I feel like you get a majority of your treasure pails, of the mole miner pails, through the vendors by buying the empty pails and crafting them. And that requires a bunch of gold and silver, which then requires a bunch of workshops. You see? So that increases the frequency of people taking over workshops for namely gold and silver. But here, it's even more so. And I want my guards alive. I'll be safe. Look, all that stuff. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. Yes. Yeah, so in my current playthrough of Cyberpunk, well, the way that the story goes, you do some stuff, events occur, you meet up with somebody, a year passes or so, and then you get back up on your feet, and then you have an apartment, and then you're supposed to go meet up with that person again to go do something. Right? So at that point, that's when you're able to go through your inventory. That's when you could like start assigning things for good and really start looting around and shooting stuff and doing whatever you want to do. But they want you to go talk to this dude that's waiting for you. Once you talk to him, you're supposed to follow him or drive him to this next spot to go get some implant. But you don't have to. If you walk away, he'll say, oh, hey, we'll catch you later. I have a date anyways. Have a good day. And then you can take as long as you want to go meet back up with him. And at that point, you could just start roaming around the world. Now, I don't recommend it for your first playthrough because it's sort of, you know, you want to figure out the world. But for your second playthrough, yes. It's just like with Fallout. You don't really want to explore around because you'll get overwhelmed with this information. You have a quest list that's really huge, full of garbage, out of context. But in Cyberpunk, you're sort of meant to travel all over the map. They sort of want you to, because you have things here and there, and you have cars. So you can go around just leveling up and becoming an actual. That's when you have the opportunity to define your build as a role-playing character. In other games, like in a pen and paper role-playing game, right? Like D&D, many times you're able to say, this is my character, this is my backstory, and these are my spells. You could say, these are my spells. Like you start your game with a collection of spells, and then maybe the Dungeon Master says you're allowed to have this much stuff. Go ahead and tell me what you have. Here's the manuals, you can pick and choose what you want for your gear, and you can give me, as long as you have a good story to explain where you got everything from, you could have whatever you want. You know? A lot of Dungeon Masters say that. As long as you have a good story to explain why you have these things, do what you want to do. I'm being attacked. I'm under attack. Alarm! Alarm! Good thing I smelled it in the air and I had to go. Alarm! Alarm! Hey, look! That's a funny name. Over there. It's Ho Chi Min Maxed. Ho Chi Min Maxed. That's hilarious. That is hellacious, even. Oh man, I need to squat. I really need to become a darn carnivore, I'm telling you. I need it. Let's go. Doesn't matter what comes, people. Fresh goes better with life. Don't you understand? Mentos. Yeah, a complaint about... So, a couple complaints about Cyberpunk, okay? Because I, too, shout the good graces of something that I want to support, okay? The cops are garbage. Most of the AI is vaguely garbage. But I think the AI is meant to be garbage, to be more like a role-playing game.
Based on current number
For the pacing. By garbage, I mean they just stand there sometimes. But I think that's based upon your stealth level. Just standing around. And the AI, they just appear, no matter where you are, they just appear on top of a rooftop. Boom, boom, boom. So, if there's like a bum in the alleyway disrespecting you, and you're all alone in the middle of nowhere, you check the street, there's nobody out there, there's no cars, there's no helicopters, it's dead quiet, and you go over there and you kill them, or you accidentally bump into them with your car, immediately there'll be a cop standing behind you. They're standing behind you in the alleyway. It's amazing. If you accidentally kill two people, you'll have 2 cops or 3 cops. Let's grab all the stuff and bring it over. I'm over encumbered. And that's not very immersive. You know? Plus, I don't think the civilians have anything. I know that they're trying to discourage just random killing, but they should have something. I think they should have whatever they just purchased. You know? There's these soda machines and food machines, and you see the humans walking over to them. And then each machine has a certain stock, and some have more than less. I think they should all start with the same stock, and they should reduce based upon when humans interacting with them, and then you should be able to kill that human and get the soda out of him if they haven't used it yet. But that starts to sound like Fallout. Those sort of mechanics start to sound a whole lot like Fallout, where things just work. But it doesn't have any of that. You have to kind of make believe that there's no, and then sometimes the cops just turn off. Boom. You go from having a 3-star and you drive a little bit that way, and all of a sudden the stars go away. You know. You do a bad thing for a bit and the bad guys come back. Oh no. Oh no. I'm being surrounded. They're coming for me, Betsy. But they can't get me. They're trying to take over all my workshops right now. They're spreading out far and wide. Have you noticed that? There's multiple people trying to get me. But they can't. Like right here, as long as these toads are here, I'm fine. See, as long as these toads are here, they can't kill me. You get that? Isn't that fun? But at these other workshops, I'm vulnerable. Oh, 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 oh. Merry Christmas. Merry Zagnutian Christmas time. I did it. Level up. Sweet. All right. Fun times, great oldies. Have I accomplished all of my tasks for the day? I think I might have. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. People. The answer is yes. I've completed all of my tasks. Huh? What you know? And right now it's 8 p.m. Well, I think we're done then. I think we're done. All signs point to done. Let's open up the rest of these presents here. Okay. Let's open up the rest of these presents here, and then I'll come back with a Cyberpunk stream in about an hour for nighttime. So that is still Christmas, you know? So in that amount of time that we spent, I got a certain amount of gifts here. Yes. So I got 22 holiday gifts, 31 small, and 11 large. Alright, what do we get? probably another Jaguar pantsuit. Oh, I got the hat. The Communist Commander hat. I didn't have that last time. And, the world may never know. Let's see here. Got some heads. The musket stack monument. I got that last time. More of these. Oh yeah, I already had the red truck ceiling thing, and the sleeping bag, the gorilla, icicle lights. Anything new? No new plans. But the weapon stack monument is pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, the mole rat wind chime. Yeah. The Brahmin plushie, 5 of them. The condemned notification sign. I might have everything. I feel like I might. But there's probably something else I don't have. But we have until the 29th to get more. Alright. I'll put away these important plans. Those plushies will sell for quite a bit, I think. Alright. I might make some sunshine oil in the future, have all this glowing blood, or I might put it away. But for now, I have to put away all these important plans. I think the mounted heads have a much higher value now. Before, their price was just diluted because there's so many of them. Namely from the Christmas presents, but now there's all these other plans that are available as well, so it's okay. There you go. And there we are. Alright, cool. And some other garbage. All this clothing. Tiptoe through the tulips. Yes. Alright. Hey there, Hakeem.
Merry Christmas, Scoob.
Yeah. They found me. They found me. That was my concern. My concern was me standing around for that length of time. They would come and get me, and they would say something terrible in the microphone. But they said Merry Christmas instead. Well, I'll be live in just a bit with good old Cyberpunk. Yeah. Is it the 4th? It might be the 4th. Oh, sorry. The 9 number, I was thinking something completely different. The 29th of December is when the mystery pick ends. Yes, you're right. It's the 4th of January that the FlimFlam event ends. Alright. Well, I'll be back in just a bit with some Cyberpunk. Nighttime streams. Nighttime streams. Nighttime streams. Nighttime streams. All these clean items. Solomon Hardy is my name. I'm Solomon Hardy. What'd it really do? Huh? Alright, goodbye everybody. I'll be back in a bit.